Good evening. Welcome, beautiful souls. Happy New Year, and more than that, happy now. You know, it's this now moment that has potential and power, and so I hope you find this new year to be the best ever, and that you really enjoy all that comes during this wonderful new beginning. So welcome to the Universal Joy Center. I'm Barbara Jean, and my pronouns are she, they. And you, like many others, may be seeking a greater experience of life. Maybe you want to feel more needed or loved or included in this thing called life. Well, you're included here, so I want to thank you. Thank you for coming. So let us join together in consciousness as we begin this evening. As I relax and breathe into this moment, I know that life is unfolding beautifully and creatively, that something wonderful is happening, and I'm grateful for it. My life is full, my journey forward unfolds in front of me in ways that I hadn't even imagined, and so I'm grateful for all of it. The ups and the downs, the here and the there. Today is a new day, it is a new beginning, it is a new year, and for that I am grateful. And so it is. So before we talk about 2026, let me just say that, something clearly, gently, and maybe with a bit of love. You're not behind. You are not late. You're not starting over. You're starting from experience. So just take a breath with me. Not the kind of breath that fixes anything, just the kind that says, I'm here. Take another breath. In the spirit of reconciliation and peace, we are grateful for the opportunity to meet on these sacred lands. We thank the generations of people who've taken care of them for thousands of years, and we recognize our oneness. We realize our history, and we choose to create a new reality because we know we are one. Miigwech. Well, beautiful humans, you made it. Not to a new year, but to a new moment. So let's begin by arriving fully and leaving the weight of last year at the door. Whatever it was like, whether it was good or bad or up or down or whatever it was, let's just set it back. Leave it where it was, and step into this new moment with a sense of vitality and possibility, and maybe roll your shoulders a little bit just to, relax your body more, and shake your hands out and just feel the energy begin to move. And let us take one more deep breath together. And as you exhale, that's the old energy releasing. So if you're comfortable, I invite you to just close your eyes and feel your body. How does it feel? This is a moment where we're not preparing, we're not fixing, we're just present. So I invite you to just be present. 2026 is not something you have to chase. It meets you where you are. We're often told that January 1 is about resolutions and reinvention and pressure. Anybody here ever make a resolution? Lose weight, stop smoking, go to the gym, whatever. There's all sorts of things that we'll come up with, but the truth is that really it's about simply being. And Spirit has never asked us to become something else overnight. It's much simpler and much braver. It asks us to choose a direction, just a direction. And that's what I mean by a new way forward. Not a resolution, not a list, not a demand, a direction. So let us go into a meditation. I invite you to just relax where you are, as you are. And just allow this moment to fill you from the inside outward. Imagine a golden ball of light, a light that is bright and beaming, strong. And imagine that light at your heart center. And notice the rays radiating out to every cell in your body, lighting them up. This energy, this vibration is love. Not the romantic kind, but it is the energy of oneness, of acceptance, of beauty, of grace. So allow that energy to fill your entire being. And as you do, allow yourself to really feel the moment. Feel your body. And when thoughts come in, notice them and let them pass. No attachment. This is a moment of sweet release. Nothing's required. There's nothing for you to do. Just simply be. And imagine that beautiful golden light somehow transforming itself into joy. And feel the energy of that joy bubbling, moving like little balloons that are floating in your existence. Let that joy show up on your face. Allow it to show up in your heart. Allow it to be. Life is for living, and we may as well live it joyfully, especially if we have a choice. And I truly believe that we do. So breathing in that energy and that vibration. Notice your body getting lighter. Your mind clearer. Notice a feeling of satisfaction and gratitude. Beauty and well-being. This is the beginning. And taking a deep breath in. And as you release, feel yourself starting to move back into the shared space. Slowly preparing to open your eyes and return to this moment in time. It's always nice to just come into a space and take a moment to breathe together and to relax together a little bit. It's so important to do that. Well, tonight, this is January 1, and we have an opportunity here to look at what it is we'd like to create in 2026. And we can create anything. We're creative beings. And so we want to explore what that might look like. And it's not about becoming someone else or changing who you are. It's really about allowing yourself to acknowledge and recognize who you've always been and let go of the stories that may have suggested that you be or do something else. Because the truth is, you were created perfect, whole, and complete. There's nothing else you could be. So learning to love that. So I mentioned choosing a direction. Well, that's what I mean by a new way forward. Choosing a direction. I want to share with you a little story about, GPS recalculation. Anybody? You know how you're driving down the road and all of a sudden you go, oh, I want to go this way instead. And then the GPS is going recalculating. Well, when you're driving and you miss a turn, that's what happens. Or when you decide to go a different way than what the GPS is suggesting, that's what happens. You get this little voice telling you that. And there's that split second of panic sometimes, but your GPS isn't panicking, it's just recalculating. There's no judgment, there's no sigh, no, oh, you should have listened, or I told you should have done something different, but it's about recalculating. And I really like that idea because that's exactly what we're all about, and that's how life responds to us. Just recalculating. So we think we've gone a wrong way, we think we've wasted time, we think we've blown our chance, but Spirit simply says, new information, recalculating. No wrong turns, only new routes. I really like that. I love that little story because it's like when we get that, I remember when I was very young and got pregnant at 15 and, my parents were not thrilled about that. I wasn't thrilled about that. I was scared. I thought for sure my father was going to kill me. He didn't, obviously. But there was that moment when, people were saying, oh, it's the biggest mistake of your life. And, this is, what are you thinking? You can't raise a child at this age. And, and maybe they were right, but I'll tell you, I'm glad I have her. She's a sweet, beautiful woman that I adore. She's creative and brilliant and loving and kind, compassionate and sensitive. She's a beautiful human being. Now, did I do everything right in the beginning? Probably not. But I learned, as we all do, over time and through, different experiences. We learn things, but did I do it wrong? No. You see, we look at our lives and we sometimes go backwards and we go, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that, I should have done the other thing. But the truth is, we're not punished by the universe. Spirit doesn't punish detours. It responds to decisions. So the moment we choose again, life recognizes itself around that choice. Not tomorrow, not when you're perfect, now. Right now, because now is your only point of power. There's no other point of power, only now, only now. So if you think about it, when you're going through this life journey and, something happens that's really hard or difficult or challenging, and right away the first thing we want to do is call it bad, negative, terrible, awful. And what we don't know is actually where it's taking us or how it's moving us or what this detour in our existence is doing for us. And so when we come to understand all of that, we begin to open up to greater potential and possibility. Because instead of naming it bad, we go, oh, okay, well, that's not exactly what I wanted, or that didn't work out quite the way I'd like. So let me shift Let me make a new decision. Let me choose again. See, we can always choose again. I remember as a little kid going, well, you made your bed, now you lie in it. Well, okay. And then I'll get up and I'll make it again. Right? It's like, I didn't quite understand that phrase because yes, we're making decisions and we're creating our life experience, but the decisions that we're making are just simply that, decisions. And we make one decision now, we can make a new one tomorrow. So I want to share with you another little story. This is about parties, So I want you to imagine that 2026 is a party. Music's playing, laughter inside, the doors already open. No invitation needed. The only question is this: what are you carrying when you walk in? What are you carrying when you walk into that party? See, some of us arrive dragging old stories, old disappointments, old labels we never agreed to in the first place. We might be carrying guilt and regret and frustration and annoyance and anger over something that happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. What are we bringing into 2026? What are you bringing into this party? Are you carrying with you some old baggage? There was a minister years ago. He was a pretty rough and gruff guy, but he was pretty funny. But he talked about, his life prior to finding this teaching and realized that he'd been walking around, dragging around dead dogs, and the smell was getting really, really bad and he couldn't function anymore. And so he had to let the bag go. That's kind of what we're doing with our lives. We're dragging forward all this garbage from our history, and we're wondering why our new reality isn't a whole lot better than the old one. And it's like we're hanging on to this huge sack of junk. And after a while, it really starts to smell. Just need to let it go. I know it sounds easier said than done, but we have to let it go. You see, hanging on to it doesn't do anything for us, but it really does create some pain and anguish and destroys relationships, does all kinds of things. It destroys our health. So we want to make sure that we're paying attention to whatever it is we're bringing into our new experience. So especially the labels. You know how we sometimes get labels as kids? I remember in junior high school or high school even when, somebody would say, oh, chicken legs, because I was really skinny. It's like those things, you can laugh at them at the time, but there's still a little bit of hurt there. Like, why are you picking on me? And so you can carry that, and you can carry that forward, and you can bring it into your new reality. Or you can go, oh, well, that was then, this is now. That had nothing to do with me. It was somebody else's perception, so why would I carry it? It's heavy. Don't carry it. Let it go. So there's no rule that says we have to bring all of that forward. So a new way forward sometimes begins by setting something down. Yeah, let it go. I remember doing a meditation years ago that, you go for a nice walk through a forest and into a beautiful meadow and get to a little creek and sit down beside it and maybe put your feet in the water. And the backpack that you were carrying, just set it down. And then when it's time to come back, just get up, leave the backpack there. You don't need it. Just leave it. The backpack that's carrying the old stories, the old memories, the old grief, the old guilt, shame, whatever it's carrying, just leave it. Let it sit there, let it rest. Hey, somebody else can come up and pick it up, or you could empty it. You could dump it out and take an empty backpack back with you. The journey that we're walking is really about decisions and choices. And as we come into 2026, I invite you to really explore life. How is it for you? How are you feeling? What is it that you're bringing into the experience? Is it exciting and delightful and warm and inviting, or is it difficult and challenging and painful? Well, it is whatever we want it to be. A new way forward does not require a new you. only a truer yes. A yes to what wants to live through you now. A yes to what feels lighter and what feels more you. You know who you are. Let go of all those stories you were told. All those ways that people maybe have treated you that made you feel less than. Just let all that go. It wasn't yours to begin with. Another person's perception of reality is not yours. So I want to give you 3 little simple invitations. Take them or leave them, right? They're not rules, they're not restrictions. Choose expansion over explanation. You don't have to keep explaining why things didn't happen. Life is not asking for your justification. It's asking for your availability. What wants to grow now? What wants to grow now? That question actually is enough. So here's a big one. Move before you're certain. Yes, move before you are certain. See, clarity does not come first. Movement does. So we walk and the path appears. If you wait until you're ready, you may wait forever. But if you move while willing, life meets you halfway. And this happens all the time. When I moved to Toronto, I moved here in 2000, so we're over 25 years now. And when I moved here, it probably wouldn't have made sense to a lot of people. When I moved here, I moved with a sense of, like a sense of, well, I've got $40 in my jeans. I got a one-way plane ticket to Hamilton. I got a friend that lives in Oakville who will drive me to Toronto. And I've got somebody's couch that I could sleep on until I find a place to live. Didn't have a job, didn't have a home, didn't have anything but a dream. And the dream was to start this teaching here in Toronto. And so I did. Now, the interesting thing is that although I came with nothing, that didn't last. I moved here at the end of July. I had my own place September 1st. I had a job at the City of Toronto by the second week of September. The center started on September the 10th. Everything unfolded. And at that first service, there was 35 people in attendance. Yeah, 35 people. Now, how did all that happen? Movement first. There was an intention, right? The intention had been there for years. But when it came time to move, the direction was very clear. Do it now. Do it now. All right. So let joy be a strategy. There's your third one. Joy is not a reward for having everything figured out. It's a spiritual technology. Joy aligns you. It energizes you. It opens doors that effort alone would never open. Joy is intelligent. So get joyful. Laugh, play, sing, dance. Bring joy into your life. Joy is this enlivening energy that is so attractive. I mean, think about the people you know, the ones who are grumbly, grunky all the time, or the ones that are going, hey, guess what? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. They're playful, they're joyful. There's something in them that's alive and well, and we want to be connected to that somehow, don't we? So joy is not something that happens because I got a new car. Joy is in me always. It's a natural attribute of every human being, and all I need to do is allow it to express. So I want to invite you as you step into this new year, as we step into it together, let's release the idea that we have to prove something. Nothing to prove. 2026 doesn't need you smaller. It doesn't need you busier. It does not need you braver than you already are. It needs you present. It needs you willing. It needs you alive to possibility. Yeah. Take a breath. Oh, let's do one more of those. Deep breath. Yes. Feel the way forward opening. Not because you forced it, but because you said yes. Thank you. And now Kathy will give us our announcements.
Hi, everyone, and Happy New Year. I am Kathy, and I want to offer a word of gratitude. The Universal Joy Center exists because people believe in conscious living, shared wisdom, and the power of community. If you feel inspired to give today, know that your donation is not just financial, it's an affirmation that joy matters, an affirmation that spiritual community matters, and that creating spaces like this is part of changing the world. We give not from obligation, but from overflow, and we receive with deep appreciation. If you'd like to contribute, you're welcome to do so. The ways to give are in the chat, and if today is simply a day to receive, that is a sacred choice too. Thank you for being part of this community. Please join me in reciting the following affirmation. As I give, so I receive. My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of success, happiness, and abundance. I am blessed. Blessings abound for all life everywhere. I am grateful. And now for our announcements. Please go to our website, www.ujoyseed.ca, to get the details of them. But I'll go through some quick ones. Service changes to Wednesday next week. This will work best for our minister, and the link remains the same. It will be in the newsletter. So next week will be service on Wednesday, and it will be the burning bowl ceremony. So we release the old and we bring in the new. And I want to remind you about the self-mastery class. It's perfect for anyone ready to deepen their practice and live with more joy, clarity, and authenticity. And the foundations of science and mind and spirit class, if you want to know more about us, this is a free 6-week course that may inspire you to live your greatest and most authentic life. I did do the last foundations class. I am doing this one again, and please join us. And the nesting place, a support circle for women who have experienced miscarriage, monthly on the second Tuesday. Every woman is welcome. And now let's listen to Barbara close us out.
Oh, and as we join together in consciousness, what I know is that there is so much in life to be grateful for. That the journey that we walk is really a gift and a blessing. That aging is really a beautiful opportunity to just see more and do more and be more. And so I know that whatever's going on in life, all of it is leading me into something far greater than maybe anything I've known before. And so I trust it. I'm filled with a sense of trust and peace and joy, and I am incredibly grateful. Grateful for the bounty that always supports this incredible center. I'm grateful for every person who finds their way here and the beauty that they bring through their own unique perceptions. I'm excited and delighted by the classes that we teach and the events that we hold, knowing that each and every one of us is doing something remarkable to create a world that is expansive and exquisite. So today, I am filled to overflowing with gratitude. 2026, bring it on. I am ready. This is a gorgeous moment in time, and I am ready to live it fully and completely. With grateful heart and love, I release this into the law. I know it is done. All is well. And so it is. And now we can get together and have a little chat. If you want to stay and join the chat, please do so. You'll be able to turn on your cameras and open your mics here now. And this moment, this moment is enough to begin, and this breath is a new way to choose. This is a new way forward. So, welcome everyone.